has been around for quite some time. I believe, even though I come from closed beta, I think that yeah, he definitely aReNGee has been playing longer than I have, which is yeah,
It's
it's a
hard.
very
Not many
long
people
time.
have been, but yeah, aReNGee has been around the block for sure,
Used to
and
run
has
the
done well so
previous.
far.
Yep.
As we mentioned, number 10 on the leaderboard right now has performed pretty well in the summer season so far.
Yep. So we have a mulligan out of aReNGee's hand into a much better hand. Tara, one of the things that I was thinking about before this, just prior to the broadcast, was how good Styre's Eye would be with Tara, or not. I mean, other people figured this out, and it's obviously not that hard to figure out. But like, I was just thinking that this might be a pillar of the format, the Styre's Eye into Tara play.
Mm-hmm. That does seem
Just
like a
keep on
good 2-3
keep,
there.
And
So
Frafa
Frafa
has a nice
on,
hand too.
yeah, nice hand on both sides. Frafa on the play. Neither player with a 1-drop here starting out. Frafa going to go out with Open Way Supplier, make the first move, try to ramp a little bit.
I think that aReNGee probably comes down and plays the flash fry on this. It's always the interesting thing. Do you bolt the bird like towards the initiative?
I think generally the answer is yes, but aReNGee is not going to do that this turn. Instead, going to play the Stairs Eyes and going to play Lingering Influence here. Going to draw Justice Sigil from the deck and scout. Looked like he scouted to the bottom. We didn't see the choice there. Sinister Rumor is the draw here for Frafa.
The card was Fire Sigil actually, and I would have been interested in keeping that because of the heavy artillery, but maybe they just don't want to be playing this heavy artillery at all, and they just want other things, right? To do. Oh, and they draw a Rakana Banner anyway. There you go. All right,
there you go. As you called it. Stairs Eyes into Tara. That's going to be attacking and a 2/2 flyer with Warcry 2. Nothing to sneeze at here.
Yeah, it's just going to be generating value on top of the deck. And yeah, every single card that they play from now on is going to be much more powerful. And Frafa kind of has to deal with the Tara, right? But the Star's Eyes is going to keep on it's going to keep on Warcrying. It keeps the Warcry too.
All right, gonna defile the Tara. Yeah, this keeps the Warcry too. So Frafa got the Tara off the board, but as you mentioned, yeah, 2/2 flying Warcry is something that you do want to answer because that can be really annoying in games that go on.
Yeah. Okay. So if they're gonna play the con, you're gonna get the value off of it. Yeah, I do agree with that. Instead of playing this as Zindel straight away,
and Sinister Rumor is going to take care of that. Yep. I'm going to wait a little bit on the Azindel, but I think that was a good turn for Frafa. Getting that threat down, getting your value, and then taking care of the threat on the other side of things.
Yeah, I think they're just going to cleanly answer this card here.
Heavy Artillery, going to take out that Kanya. Then just going to pass it back. aReNGee's other hand has Flashfire and Tara left in hand.
Yep. So Frafa is going to, next turn they're going to play Azindel, and aReNGee is going to be faced with the decision of whether or not they're going to have to flash fire this Azindel before it can draw 2 cards. Yep.
All right, here comes the Azindel. Now, yeah, you got to see, do you throw away a spell to be able to pop this stealth or not?
They could play this this Platecrafter and Tara, or go to the market as well. That's also fairly clean, right? Okay, they decide to go with the Platecrafter.
All right.
Okay, and they're gonna flash fry it.
Okay. So Flash Fry, if you missed the deck overview, Azindel's ability has to reveal in order to do that. So aReNGee, the Flash Fry is not going to kill the Azindel, so you're going to keep a 4/4 lifesteal, but it is going to reveal it on aReNGee's turn, which means the ultimate ability is not going to go off. So now just basically a 4/4 lifesteal.
Yep.
Still a good unit. Yeah, still a good unit. Not to sound too defeatist about a 4/4 lifesteal.
And it also already got a card out of their hand, right?
Right.
So, okay, what's in Frafa's?
Let's take a look.
Market? I should know this as
Reappropriator, Falchion, D'Angelo Might, a Puma. That's got to be the power, right? That turns into a Puma, and then the Fall to Ruin. Yeah. Gonna grab D'Angelo's Might here, draw some cards. That's pretty good. Draw 4 cards at this state of the game is a pretty nice spell.
Yep. Notably, aReNGee hasn't drawn any of their Pride units. And oh no, this plate crafter. Never mind. This plate
This one
crafter
is,
was
yeah.
for Pride. Yeah.
Good now. Gonna go to the market for RNG as well. Options are Builder's Decree, Lay Siege, Smite, Varbuk, and Lord Stairs Tower.
Ooh, the Farbuck is super strong right now because of the Azindel. I don't know if that's the correct get, but okay, they
Get
decide
the
to get the
site.
site.
Yeah.
It's not
Then
too bad either, for
yeah,
sure.
Tara on this Playcrafter is pretty real too. Warcry 2
Can't
again.
can't block it because otherwise the tower becomes an 8/8 and would be
Mm.
very difficult to deal with for Frafa. Although they did draw a Defile this
Of
turn, so
course, yeah.
that would have been a. I mean, they didn't know they were going to draw it though.
Always works that way, though, right? All right, Frafa is going to hit that second power. So now has Defile, Open Way, Supplier, Exploit. 2 copies of Exploit there.
Ooh.
It's
I think they
interesting. Do you go for
exploit
the
there.
Exploit? Yeah, you just went to the market.
Yeah, but you're also giving up 2 war cries then, and you might have to like you could block the Tara, but yeah, you can't block this plate grafter again, right?
Yeah.
So okay, they're gonna just defile the Tara and maybe attack with the 4/4. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
put the
RNG considering
they're
this block.
yeah.
No, just
I
going to
think
take 4, though.
they want to continuously gain value off of that. It is going to become very hurtful later on though. That like they're gonna the lifesteal is gonna matter quite a bit in the late stages of this game. And comes this tower, 2 exploits out of Frafa. I don't know, cause this because you had 2 exploits. Maybe last turn was the correct time to use exploit. Because now they basically like they have to use exploit here. It gets a power, right? They
Mm-hmm.
knew that
You
they had
missed
gone
on
to
the
the market
tower. Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a difficult decision when you know because there was no question, right? You went to the market and then that was 1 card in hand, so you know your opponent went to the market, but you're risking taking a lot of damage and Warcry triggers from it. So that's a tough decision. You got to balance whether you want bigger units off the top, extra Warcry triggers, or get whatever they got out of the market. But yeah, this tower now, but it is going to force RNG into some awkward blocks.
Open way supplier coming down, of course, and
So top of the unit has killer now. So if
yeah.
Frafa draws a unit off the top here, but nothing's gonna be able to attack is also the key.
So gets the Stonehammer, a 6/5
Oof.
Stonehammer.
Warcry does that. One of the coolest abilities in all of Eternal. And it's so nice, so smooth how well it does it. And there you see it right there. 6/5 Stonehammer thanks to Warcry.
All right, so Frava can bounce both units technically. I think
Yeah,
end up doing that
yeah, I think so. I
because they
unfortunately
kind of
still
want
can't
to
pressure
wait.
the tower.
Yeah, they're gonna bounce both because I still want to.
Ooh,
Oh, they
gonna
decided
bounce
to
their
bounce.
Vine Grip.
That's actually not too bad of a play. They can go into the market and get
Yeah,
something like a maybe on a rock because they know that oh well a rock isn't gonna help deal with it. Maybe they go into the market for a Fall to Ruin. Fall to Ruin might be
yeah, I think
in
Fall to Ruin's got to be the play that'll take care of. Yeah, I think Fall to Ruin. You could do that this turn too. Yep. Probably going to go to
yeah.
17. Yeah, I think it's got to be Fall to Ruin here. Too much going on.
Well,
The only awkward
unfortunately
thing
they
is then they
can't.
get the Rhoda.
Well, that's actually no. They can't actually go to the market for this turn for the
2/5.
they wouldn't have been able to grab the Wolf Altar Rune and be able to play it in the same turn.
Okay.
They can do it now, this turn. Rhoda actually gets to give
He's got
value to
Pyrotech
RNG.
Explosion and Stairs Eyes too. So yeah, RNG's going to definitely get some value out of this Rhoda.
Yep. The basically, maybe they go upstairs with this Pyrotech Explosion, play Stars Eyes or something. I don't know. Maybe they just discard the Pyrotech Explosion, doesn't really do anything, and then maybe they get a scout. They kind of need it, right?
Yeah, I think so. All right, Stairs Eyes here. Gonna pitch the Pyrotech Explosion. Gonna get a Crown Watch tactic to give the Valkyrie
Okay,
Patrol +3/+3 on lifesteal this turn.
right. And they can attack with both the 2/1 and the 4/4 and make a hound.
Mm-hmm. And
I mean,
no cards in
this
hand, so they're going to draw 3 at the end of the turn.
if Frafa had nothing in hand, this would be pretty powerful of a play. But oh, they're gonna use the
All right, going to use the Whisper to
thing.
give it endurance, so that'll eat the Houndmaster. We're going to chump the Hound, eat the Houndmaster, take 4. I'm
Oh,
guessing it's still
they
probably
did
Fall to Ruin,
not.
but
I don't think they wanted to do that. They did not want to lose their power because they could have gone for the Fall to Ruin this turn, been able to get rid of this entire board, and yeah, unfortunately. Okay, so they're gonna grab the life steal. That's crazy plays out of Frafa. Crazy. I think that in general that works out pretty well though for them. This 12 time is very hard for them to deal for RNG to deal with. They did get a plate grafter. Is there anything for one that they can get that's
I
they
think
can't
so.
grab
We got
anything for
Builder's
one.
Decree. I think we get Builder's
Ooh,
Decree, but that's not.
the smite. If they can last this turn, they can definitely smite this the following turn. Ooh.
RNG's at
Time sketch off the
6,
tongue. They
6th
can double up the
health.
sketch or they can play one sketch to do that and file potentially.
Hmm. This is pretty big. The 12-10 overwhelm is pretty large now.
Yeah. Uh, he kills it. Okay.
Yeah.
Wants to use the smite on whatever it is that Trafa top decks off of this potentially.
All right, gonna put the
Oh,
road
they're
in
gonna.
front as well, just to make sure not taking any damage. So previously,
Yeah.
with the previous blocks, it would have taken 2. RNG's gonna line up all the blocks now.
If he hadn't have lined up that Rhoda as a blocker, the defile would have been a huge
That's
blowout.
right. Yeah, because it was exactly enough that Defile would have eaten. It would have eaten 3 units. So RNG is going to lose a lot there, but it is going to take care of Frafa's really only threat. We're going to see a training camp hit here. So once per turn, you may pay 4 to play a 2/1 soldier. He's got 2 of them, so Frafa can start spitting out 2/1s.
Okay.
Houndmaster, a nice
So
draw for RNG now, going to be able to make some hounds. That was a really nice draw, and that's the timing of Eternal a little awkward sometimes. Frafa was able to defile that, but RNG's still going to get that hound anyway. I guess if
yeah,
Frafa can
and
be happy with anything, they're still at 36. So they've got a little bit of time to work with.
they're gonna play the double fresh recruit instead of the logistics expert. The logistics expert would have been an 8/9.
Yeah.
Although they know that there's a the smite in their hand, right? So that would have
Yes,
been
they do know
really
about the
bad.
smite. Yeah, oof, look at this. Warped heavy artillery here. Thank goodness it was nerfed, because that would have been. That card used to do unseemly
Yeah.
things. Now it's just merely good.
Well, they continue to play the fresh recruits because otherwise, um,
Yeah, although this is almost like that Davia situation in a weird kind of way, is that, yeah, you can spend 8 every turn to make a couple 2/1s, but that's not really changing the situation at all.
RG has a Pyrotech explosion too, so they can even take out one of these 2/1s. And okay, so they decided not to do that. Although I wonder if RNG will use a smite to save a 4/4. I'm like they don't know that there's a logistics expert in.
Right.
They don't know that it won't get that there's something coming.
That's true. It's a good point. Yeah, RNG doesn't know that. All right, we're going to see
But
explosion on the first one, so we'll see a smite on the second one. No, don't need to now, just attack. It's not like that 2/1 can do anything effectively by itself.
okay, so they can play 2 fresh recruits and be able to play a supplier.
All right.
Ooh, getting
And
frisky.
yeah, well, that
The
smite is
smite
going to take
might
care of it. Okay.
doesn't want to go down to 3 health. Now that smite has been taken care of, this is
Yeah.
just it's a huge threat. And now Now, of course, RNG has this rail driver in
Yeah.
hand.
The rail driver on the Valkyrie is going to hit really hard, though.
Yeah,
It's a 3-turn, yeah, 3-turn clock if RNG slaps that on the Valkyrie.
but the logistics expert is probably a 1-turn clock, right? Well, it's still a 2-turn clock. They can double block. They won't kill it, but they can save a lot of overwhelm damage. Okay, so attack in. I'm assuming
All
Frafa's
right.
going to double block 4/4.
All right, there we go. That's going to
Has
put
to, you know,
yeah. Oh, exhausted unit with 3 attack or less cannot hit the Valkyrie. It is not cost,
can,
it is attack.
oh yeah, it is. You're right. In the sinister rumors, was there anything in the void that they could get with killer potentially? Is there
There's those no O2 Vine Grafter. That's not gonna. Ooh, there's the there's the
the logistic
logistics that
expert?
you can
That
still
could have
do
been
it too.
that would have been a win.
You
That
still
would have been a
can.
win. Oh, that's right. They can still get the
You can
logistics
still
expert
get
and
it because it
do
only
it and
costs
still
1.
win.
Yeah.
This is not a win though. This turn, it will
No, it's gonna
only
put it
take
down to
them to 1.
1.
They
But
could have had a 1
what a
win.
turnaround! Though, look at this turn. Frafa was able to take that out. Was able to Sinister Runes to get back with the killer. Now it's 289 overwhelms.
What a
Wow.
game!
What a game. That looked incredibly close. You know, it looked super close, advantage RNG, to all of a sudden, wow, Frafa has the game won. All right.
Yeah.
Well played by both players there. We're super close. 2 really good players. All right, let's take a look at RNG's Bracano aggro deck while they're getting set for their next round. So we'll switch that up. Anything stand out to you with this Bracano build?
It's just a normal list. I think they're just taking the best cards that they can find in the format in Rakano and putting them in there. Notably, they do have Pyrotech Explosion as a 4 of in this deck, and Pyrotech Explosion, like I said, it's inefficient as a 3-cost removal, but it does handle pretty much everything in the format and cleanly, unlike Perma Manacles, which can be a double-edged sword against certain decks, especially even against the Xena deck. There's Zumic Whispers in the main, and people are ready for it. It's running, you know, some spicy options or things like, for example, there's heavy artillery, but no, what's the 3-cost 3/3 flyer? The name of it, the one that when you play as a weapon, it deals its cost and damage.
Oh yeah, the fire one. Yeah, can't think of his name either, but yes, that one, the Valkyrie, Linax Molten Wing.
Right, Linax, exactly. Notably, no Linaxes, despite the fact that they have the heavy artillery, which is of course the normal play you see with heavy artillery is to play Linax before it. But they do have the heavy artillery, and it does have Valk Warp. They have Styre's Eyes and Passionate Stonehammer, and you know, ways to get it.
RNG taking a redraw here. The hand's a little bit slow. 2 copies of Tara and a Furnace Mage. Tara's very, very good, but it's a little awkward. You don't want that to be your first play of the game. Obviously, you want to have an early unit out before that. Frafa, on the other hand, has a little bit of a slow development as well, but they've got Logistics Expert on turn 2, and they've got a Fine Grafter to follow that up. But we saw this play earlier. Auto Tread, a nice draw for RNG, able to actually play it out, take care of the Logistics Expert, and now gives you a 2/2 to put the Tara on. So that was kind of like the perfect draw for RNG in that situation.
Yep. So the Javon comes down. Will RNG decide to go all in to destroy this? I don't know if that's a great play,
3
considering
cards.
the removal suite out of Frafa includes Defile, and it's only a couple turns before Ambitious Mandevilla come down.
Yeah. That seems
But
like
sometimes
really risky, but yes, Javon can be tough. Yeah, we're gonna see Tara instead.
are they going to attack with it? I think you just. I mean, you can. I guess they can discard a card and hit face and attack here, and then if they block it, Tara is huge. And also, they're gonna block it. They're gonna make a 6/6 Tara with Warcry 4.
That's pretty good. So RNG was able to throw away a card to make all that happen, but got Warcry 2 and now is a 6/6 with Warcry 4 there. That's huge for RNG. Rafa only 1 turn away, you mentioned, from Mandevilling, though. So we'll take a huge hit here with a big Warcry. Didn't see no work. That was not a unit. That was a flash fire drawn for RNG. So if RNG attacks here, which presumably they will, that's going to be what? Warcry 6 to the next unit, I think?
Yeah, I think so.
Big. 6 is
So
big.
the
Plus 6
mana,
plus 6 is
I
a
mean,
lot. Mandeville is going to
comes
take
down
out
to
that
skill set.
Tara. This is a removal spell.
Still hasn't gotten it. Oh, right. There's another Tara out of RNG.
So
So
that's
that's
eight.
Warcry 8. Warcry 8. This unit's gonna be huge. This I mean, RNG would play the unit, right? Like the
I would
yeah,
think so,
Frafa's like
yeah.
Frafa's like, are they holding that huge unit in hand? Probably not, right? Yeah, and then they tried to correctly
The only problem with that is that
use
this
the guide.
is yeah, I think that's the right line. It's tough though because if it's not going to hit now, it's never going to hit, right? Like you're never going to be able to catch that unit. Um, but not drawing it. RNG missing this draw 3 turns in a row now. Still looking pretty good, but you have a unit with +8/+8. You want to draw it. Missing it 3 turns in a row is a little tough for RNG here. But they've still got this Warcry. This attacked again, right? So that's going to be 10. I think so. Now we're going to see
Yep,
that
they're gonna
exploit, but going to see
exploit
power.
nothing in hand,
All right,
right?
gotta draw it this turn, RNG. Hopefully, for RNG's sake, want to draw that. I think it's 10/10 now.
There's a League Explorer in their deck. This could potentially be a charge unit too.
There you go.
Oh,
D'Angelo Houndmaster, 12/11 Houndmaster. Whew.
that's the biggest Town Master I've seen.
Yeah, and actually,
Um,
because of the way Moldermuck works, this is actually an attack for RNG as well. Frafa can block
yep.
the. Oh yeah, the Whisper,
Oh,
right?
this for
I think that's still okay though.
them. Yep, this isn't the
Yeah, that's
worst.
still fine. You hate to lose a unit there, but you still have a 12/11
Oh,
quick draw Valor.
has to get the thing, put it
Down
back into
to
play. That
yeah.
means that they can't get a Hound next turn.
Right. No Hound coming next turn. And RNG down to 13. Oof, but a Plate Grafter too. So able to play both the Houndmaster and the Plate Grafter. I assume you'd rather do that than go to the market this turn. Get those units out. You have Builder's Decree, Lay Siege, Smite, Valruk, and Lord Stayer's Tower.
Yeah. All it goes gets the towers the additional threat.
Yeah, I think
Oh, they
so.
just played the play
Yeah,
crafter.
yeah,
Okay.
I think that's the
Yeah,
play
yeah.
next turn though. But yeah, getting those units
Oh,
out there makes a lot of sense.
so they can
All right.
both from one thing. They have some chumpers here. They're not totally dead in the water. Um,
The tough thing for
is this
Frafa
game
is that 8 is not 0, and Frafa doesn't have any way to get 8 damage through right now.
right?
And even another Ghost Form's not going to do that.
Oh, and the Crown Watch. This gonna put the RNG's life total out of
Oh,
reach. Like
yeah.
they're gonna have
Lifesteal on a 15, 14, 16.
what?
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just keeping life so high. Okay, here's Azendel.
Azendel, they can still continue to chump here. This isn't over yet for Frafa.
RG
It's
up to
it's
24 with that attack thanks to that lifesteal. Wow.
also another League Explorer at the top. I don't think the League Explorer might not be able to attack on this board state. I mean, they
4-foot
might just leave
shard.
space though. I mean, what what what's gonna happen on the
Yeah,
backswing,
I
right?
agree. Is there any reason not to just attack? I don't
Also,
think so.
also you don't want a Zindel to be blocking here because a Zindel is your way to get back in the game. So they
Exactly.
kind of have to they kind of have to like leave on the board. Okay, so Arju was thinking about putting something back.
All right.
This
Went
gets
got Varbuck here.
okay, so that can take out a Zindel eventually. Although, whoa, they didn't attack with the
They
12
didn't.
11.
Yeah, just playing it a little cautiously here. Attack with the Flyers, which is fine, but I think RNG did have a window to attack with a lot more than that if needed.
Okay, so they get a auto tread as well as a way to. Okay, so they got the Rune of Illusion on. That means that they can
Mhm.
give the 5/5.
Yeah, we talked about another ghost form, but that was before RNG gained a whole bunch of health back, so not really going to do much here. It does put Frafa back up to 12.
And also, they now have a killer unit on top of their deck.
All
Okay, so
right.
they can kill this Zindel.
That's going to kill the Azindel. It's also a 5/4 charge Endurance of Valor. Like, I think I would attack with everything again. Is there any reason not to just ace base? You're not dying on the crackback. There you go. All right, RNG found the difficult line of attack. Yeah, this is just really awkward for Frafa. The units are so big.
I think RNG is a little scared about the A space because of what happened. We won't go. Maybe uh, the last open. No, maybe not the last
I think it was
open.
2 ago.
Yeah, it was,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway, RNG gonna tie that one up 1-1.
I
That
might
a
be a
lot of
little
that came down
timid
to
too.
the Taras. Honestly, though, that curve out for RNG, getting those units with all that Warcry, 10-10 Warcry, and then there was more after that. The 10-10 on the Houndmaster, but there was even more Warcry coming. It just made all the little cheap units so big that Frafa didn't really have good answers to it.
Yeah, Warcry, especially constant Warcry, is kind of a powerful effect. They finally put it at the right reasonable at a reasonable spot on the curve, and also reasonable in terms of the amount of Warcry it gives. +2/+2 is a lot more different than the Warcry 1 off the
Right.
Only Ronin and whatever. The units definitely line up in
For sure, it is different there. And actually, going back to almost like turn 1 or turn 2 of that game was really interesting, because remember, RNG didn't have an early play. That was the disadvantage of their hand. They had the 2 Taras in the starting hand, but nothing to do before that. And then that draw off the top to hit the 2-drop on turn 2 to get the auto tread into the discarding it to then get the Tara trigger. It sort of all snowballed from there, right? Like, what a draw of that auto tread on turn 2. But I guess, that's why you put a bunch of cheap units in your deck.
you definitely have to put a lot of you have to at least put a lot of 2-drops in your deck for Tara.
Indeed.
And of course, RNG has both the 2-drops and 1-drops in the deck.
Right. Frafa gonna hit the board first here with a Vine Grafter. Frafa being on the play for this game 3. Stairs Eyes here for RNG. Let's see what they go with. Discarding a Fire Sigil or a Lingering Influence. Get that Scout.
Notably, they did not play this Flashfire. Flashfire is a clean answer to Vine Grafter, right? They
Yeah.
instead want to play out the 2-drop. They want to get on the board, potentially draw into a Tara on the following turn, right? That's kind of what they're in for, right, with this deck. Okay, so Rafa, I think probably just plays a Molder Muck. Molder Muck is especially very, very strong with Kanya. Well, it won't be strong next turn with Kanya. It'll be strong in 2 turns potentially with Kanya. I don't know if they want to do that kind of
All right, gonna
late
go to
play.
the market. Yeah, I do like also, if you go to the market this turn, though, you do get to give the Moldermuck regen, which we've seen time and time again how powerful that can be.
Yep. Also gets the Letrai Falchion, which is pretty good against an aggro deck. Especially with this regen. Now, notably, this does not put does not put the Vine Grafter in territory where it can avoid a Flash Fry, and RNG
Right.
definitely has some answers for this. Oh, they're gonna put the Letrai Falchion on
On the
the
Moldermuck.
but RNG has no. They okay, so they're gonna play the auto tread. They're gonna discard something, right? No,
Oh, they're
okay,
just
so they
gonna
have
play the Manacles. Okay. They're gonna play
Manacles,
the
and then
auto
this
tread and Manacles.
if they draw into a undepleted source of power, they can play Zumic Whispers and Lesser Falchion the next turn,
Ooh.
which will be disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, this is like the story of the night, in my opinion, is talking about how to play with stun and play around stun. Zumic Whisper,
Oh, they don't
that's a
even
good
need to.
way. They can just clear that right now. Those are no longer stunned. Whew.
Oh, and
Another
another
one
Zumic Whisper
too.
off the top. All right. And,
All right, now Kanya coming out here. Okay. When one of your units hits the enemy player, this turn play a random sigil from the deck. So gonna trade with the Vine Grafter, but one of them hit, so there's a Shadow Sigil.
And notably, it comes to play undepleted, so that means that the Zumic Whisper is held up for any manacles or shenanigans, right? To deal with one of these Molder Mucks with the Pyrotech this turn.
Not the
Alpha is
most
looking pretty
exciting
strong.
Pyrotech explosion in history. How do you think Pyrotech explosion feels just being used to kill a 4/4 unit? It's like that's not what this card's for.
Yeah.
This card's for dealing 1,000 damage.
Wait. Why wouldn't they put it on the Molder? Would have been. I don't know. Moldermuck would have gotten. Oh, because the Moldermuck. Anyway.
Auto Tread dealing 1 to the Kanya, and then gonna
Okay,
deal a
so
second one, and then
second
Flash Fry.
one and then Flash Fry. Uh-oh.
Yeah, all right.
I mean, it is what that has to be done, right? Mastermind comes down this turn. That's gonna be kind of great too. Although they have to defile this auto tread because, of course, the auto tread can reveal that, right? So they kind of have to deal with that before they play the Azindel. All right. I think that Frafa does exploit here, and they're gonna get the last card, and it was pretty good for aReNGee to have that. Okay, so another card.
aReNGee down to 4.
Yeah.
Oh, another copy of Moldermuck.
Yeah. Oh.
Can only put aReNGee down to 1 though, which is kind of funny.
Yeah. I think they play another Moldermuck here. Okay, so they play the Azindel.
Pyrotech Explosion, yeah. Pyrotech Explosion gonna fire off. That's gonna kill the Azindel here.
What's really funny is that they still can't deal the final point of damage with 6 units on board.
They've got 6 Moldermucks and can't deal 1 point of damage.
Wait. aReNGee, wait, what? They decided to block instead of manacles? Okay, so they want to because they want to be able to handle both these Moldermucks the next turn, I guess.
Oh, I like that. It's not going to matter with this Zimmick Whisper, but yeah, look at Moldermuck train here. Somebody call Cassandra if we got a Moldermuck disease coming here. Infestation, yeah. That's a better one. Infestation.
Oh no! They see the pause and they know that it only can be Zimmick Whisper because Defile can't target any of their units.
Oh no! Yeah. You play out the manacles and you just pause and say, "Oh well." And that's going to be it. Frafa going to take that one 2-1. Well played match though by those two players. That was pretty close.